Alright, we got the 1156 spoilers, and in this chapter we're straight up seeing Roxs and Roger fight. It's always been teased and talked about before, but in this chapter apparently we're actually seeing them clash. We're also getting more into what Roxs is doing, because we're jumping ahead a few years in time, I guess. This chapter is really exciting, so let's get into it. So in the color spread, we can see Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Nami in front with Roger, Rayleigh, and Gaban in the back. And the other Straw Hats are also in the color spread, but they are small, sitting on Luffy in his pockets. So people were hyping this up, or I guess the leakers were hyping this up, saying that it's supposed to parallel the wings of the Pirate King to like Luffy and Roger with Zoro and Sanji and Rayleigh and Scopper, and it's like, yeah, we know that's always been there. I guess the big lingering thing is if Sanji has Conqueror's Haki or not, and it's like currently he doesn't, but I'm sure it will be revealed that he does since Scopper has it. Kuja pirates were idols for people all over the world. At that time, Gloriosa was the captain and Shakuyaku was number 2, but Shakuyaku was the people's favorite for her beauty. The Kuja pirates and the Roger pirates clashed in the sea. All the Roger pirates were captivated by Shakuyaku's beauty, and they couldn't fight 100%. Gloriosa loved Roger. She was sick like Hancock, but even Roger was captivated by Shakuyaku. However, Shakuyaku had her eyes on Rayleigh. So wow, we're just randomly jumping into Kuja pirate stuff, and it is important. Like, you know, the Kuja pirates, because they're tied to significant characters, you know, as we're seeing here. Gloriosa had loved Roger, but she was sick. And the whole sickness thing we've seen with Hancock and Luffy, of course, and also what Gloriosa told about the Empress before Hancock. And that goes into the connections because it's widely speculated that that Empress was Luffy's mother, and I'm pretty sure that she was. She loved the dragon, but then developed the sickness and died. But it's interesting here that Shaki, whose, you know, real name Shakuyaku, revealed, I forget, a couple chapters back, I think when Blackbeard invaded Amazon Lily, right? Was that when it was revealed? I could be wrong, but she loves Rayleigh, right? I mean, they're still kind of together, but I guess because they're, like, not married and they just kind of have, like, this, I don't know, polyamorous implied relationship, possibly, that she's not developing love sickness or something, maybe. Also, another fun theory about these two is that they're like the parents of Mihawk. And that was, you know, pretty interesting and plausible, I guess, a couple years ago. But now that more stuff has come out, it seems like Mihawk is more so related to Emu more than he would be related to Shaki. Suddenly, Garp's ship approached them, and so all the Kuja pirates escaped while the Roger pirates fought the Marines. Roger and Garp had a brutal clash with a huge wave of Supreme King Haki. Roger used his sword and Garp used his fists. Okay, here we go. This is like the big, incredible part of the chapter. We're finally seeing Roger and Garp clash. We've never seen that before. It's always been talked about. We knew that they were rivals, but we've never seen it. Now we're seeing it. This is like, you know, the big moment in the flashback that we got, you know, in Oden's flashback, where we got to see Roger and Whitebeard clash. Now, in the manga, of course, really cool, hype moment. I'm sure it's going to be incredible. I can't wait to see it. But this sequence, of course, is really going to shine in the anime, just like how Roger and Whitebeard's clash did. I just can't wait to see Roger just start sparking up with that Conqueror Haki Lightning, and I guess Garp will too, and then they just collide. It's just going to look so good. Like, the Sakuga in that sequence is going to be next level, probably, especially it's going to be 2 or 3 years before the anime reaches that point, so it'll be, you know, even more advanced at that point, especially with how much AI will be, you know, advanced and implemented at that point. But first, guys, let's talk about GamerSupps Premium Energy Cans. That's right, GamerSupps now comes in a can. It comes with all the awesome energy and nootropics that GamerSupps normally does, except now the flavor is enhanced because they're adding a little bit of sugar to this stuff. And it tastes incredible. I was able to try it at Anime Expo this year. It's probably the best energy drink I have ever tasted. And I'm not just saying that because I'm sponsored by GamerSupps. They legitimately tried to make this taste really good because the zero sugar energy drink market is so oversaturated that they decided to add sugar to this to make it, you know, stand out, and it worked. So guys, starting tomorrow, 7-Eleven at 3 p.m. Eastern, these things are dropping officially. You can get a case of them or you can get like 3 cans, I think. Check the link in the description and make sure you use code BIGZ for 10% off. Thanks, guys. And I guess I'll go more into this tomorrow if we get the full summary from Read-On. But like, who's more powerful between the two? Not really sure. If I had to put money on it, I would probably say Roger, but it's like, we don't really have any feats to compare them. It's just kind of like lore and rumors and things like that. Loki planned to join Roxs' pirates next time they return to Elbaf. So yeah, in the previous chapter, we saw that Loki heard Roxs' pitch / monologue to King Harold, and that like won Loki over completely. He was like, all right, I'm ride or die for this guy. So now, yeah, he wants to join Roxs the next time they return to Elbaf, but, you know, obviously it didn't really work out. In Hachinosu, we see the Roxs pirates with the new crew members like Big Mom, Kaido, Silver Axe, and Captain John. Roxs told all of them that Elbaf is very important to destroy the Holy Land. Alright, nice. We got the introduction of like the full iconic roster here at this point, I guess, right? Big Mom, Kaido, Silver Axe, and Captain John. The Dream Team is here, and Roxs saying that Elbaf is very important to destroy the Holy Land, of course, because we saw in the previous chapter that Roxs straight up invaded the Holy Land, made it through Mary Joie to the Room of Flowers, encountered Emu, and like made the declaration like, hey, you know, I can't really do much now, but I'll be back. So yeah, this is like the montage of him getting his big ragtag Dream Team power crew super group together to go raid Mary Joie and just like overthrow the government. Like, he's straight up, like, trying to be Che Guevara here, but, like, in a more extreme, godlike manner, I suppose. And with this roster, he could have gotten pretty far if he had gotten the chance. Roxs also explained his plan at the end of the chapter. First, he needed 2 legendary devil fruits, and one of them was in Elbaf. He also needed to find the Galila Giants. Alright, that's the end of the chapter. Really interesting stuff. So, 2 legendary devil fruits. One of them in Elbaf. So, one of them, I guess, had to be the Yami Yami no Mi, because that's what Blackbeard was going after. He went after it for what, like 20 years or 40 years or something crazy. I guess it had to be 20 years. He was looking for it for a very long time. So I suppose it's because Roxs wanted it. I could be wrong, but it just seems like that's the case, right? Especially if Roxs' soul is inside Blackbeard. I'll have that video theory linked at the end of this video. Now, as for the other one, I guess that would have to be what Loki's devil fruit is, right? Because if it's an Elbaf, that implies that it's Loki's devil fruit, because it said that Loki consumed the legendary devil fruit that was passed down throughout Elbaf. We still don't know what that is. It's kind of implied that it's like some kind of Sun God Nika variant or something like that, possibly. But yeah, we still don't know. It could be anything. But if that's the case, then that means that Blackbeard will have 3 devil fruits. Because, you know, the Guru Guru no Mi is not included in this, because at this point in time, Whitebeard himself is on the crew and has the Guru Guru no Mi devil fruit. Or at least it's implied that he does. So that means that Blackbeard would be interested in Loki's devil fruit, I guess, right? Meaning that he might steal it from him, and that might be the 3rd devil fruit that he has. Oh, the 2 Nikas. And then it's Blackbeard instead of Loki. I'm looking too far ahead. My observation hockey is malfunctioning. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. We're going to talk a lot more about this stuff. We'll theorize more, speculate more tomorrow once we get the full summary, or just additional spoilers. But let me know what you think about this in the comments, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.